And hello everybody, welcome back to the video. So today, it's time to get some stuff done. First and foremost, the first thing I want to mention is I want to get this moved back. Because this is something that I've kind of been, I guess, stalling on. But yeah, it really needs to get moved back. This is, it just doesn't look right where it's been at. And yeah. But as long as we move it back, it should help a pretty significant amount. I got jungle wood on me. And yeah, because I don't know why I spent so long to finally get this done, but at least I'm finally getting to it. I think that's how I have that set up on the other side for the most part. I think I need to remove these though. And just come over the top like that. And boom. This is finally fixed. This has been bugging me for a while now. I've just been too lazy to fix it. And then next thing is this tree needs the bottom, all that dirt replaced with wood. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to actually talk about something I've been wanting to talk about for the series. So I mentioned last episode that, I've kind of been losing some of my drive to do entanglement videos. That, it's kind of, I don't know what it is, but just lately I haven't been enjoying them as much. So, I kind of thought about it and was like, what is it that I really enjoy about my survival series, about my, well, I guess survival series is best thing, but like when I first started this series, what was it that I really enjoyed? And honestly, it's going around and doing the smaller projects and stuff like that compared to every episode going like, okay, this episode we're building something massive. The episode that I've enjoyed the most recently recording, which, the audio didn't record, so rip, was when we built this little disco area. So that's kind of what I want to get back to with this series, is not needing to build a creeper grinder every episode not needing to come in and set up a massive farm or whatever, do some huge troll. Like, what I really enjoyed about Entanglement was kind of the time period where, like, we're switching back and forth between doing kind of some trolls on the other guys, never anything too large, and also working on the base but fairly slowly, not stressing about it if it takes me a second to get the stuff done, and that's what I want to get back to, which then brings me over here to what I think we're also going to do this episode. I want to set this up kind of as whatchamacallit. I don't want it to look all ugly and this just sticking out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to set it up like, I don't know, like not a tent. A tent isn't the right way to put it. Let me just make these, and I'm gonna need more slabs. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Up, and then what I want to do is I want to come over. Yeah, just like this. Oh, whoops. Let me just bring this over, and then break that and that, and then bring that over. Okay. Doesn't look quite right with this. I'm going to have to bring that down. No. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it out one more. So then that way it'll match up. Because what I've learned when making these sort of things is the way to make them look the best, like these kind of overhead sort of, cool, quote unquote, like cooling sort of things. I don't know what I call them. Like kind of tent ceiling sort of things. I honestly don't know. But yeah, what I've learned when making them is that usually what looks the best, which I'm gonna have to bring this out another block over this way too, is to kind of give it this back and forth sort of feel, which is a little bit of a pain to do, but it's worth it. Trust me. And then, whoops. I might put some trapdoors over the top of this. Let's just make a double set of trapdoors. And boom, boom, boom. And then ultimately I'm going to want like water elevators going up and down them, but that's a story for another time. Boom, up 3. And then bring this all the way down. And there we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this can be a bit of a pain to make, but works out in the end. I need to break those. Okay, and then break these. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off camera real quick. Okay, so here we go. We got our little area here. I also cleared out a bit of the surrounding space so that we have some, you know, like, it doesn't feel like it's just randomly in the middle of the ocean. Whoops, didn't want to throw that. Just not randomly in the middle of some lake and with trees around it. I don't know. It just feels a little better this way. It feels a bit more right to have it like this. I'm curious, how is this gonna look from up at our base? I want to run over, but yeah, like, it's one of those things where I feel like with Entanglement I've been trying a little hard to like, you know, make it heavier cuts and, you know, get a lot of stuff done every single episode, blah blah blah. And I feel like that's a large part of what's been hurting my drive for the series. So, like, you know, it's one of those things where I don't want to, you know, give up on this series until I've given it a shot like this. You know, less cuts, smaller projects, blah blah blah. I don't know, like, I kind of like larger projects for my survival series, but that's also because I mix it in with a lot of smaller projects, and I also do larger projects over multiple episodes. I don't just go, all right, I'm building the creeper grinder and do everything in one episode. At least not most of the time. Sometimes I do when I'm feeling like getting a lot done, but that's, you know, not the most common occurrence. But yeah, I like how this looks. It looks a lot better than what it was before, that's for sure. I feel like this gives it, you know, visual appeal from up here, and I feel like that's part of the goal. I want to have a lot of stuff spread out that has a lot of visual appeal. Like, for example, I want to put something over there and something over that way, which I'm gonna have to cut down some of these trees for people to see it, but you know, it's gonna be interesting when there's no forest besides our house. Okay, well, that was interesting. But yeah, yeah, I feel like this is coming along quite nicely. Is there anything else we need to get done in this episode? I don't know. But yeah, so I need to actually kill our stuff transferred over. This is also part of the thing that's been happening lately. I guess I'm gonna just do more talking for the rest of this episode. But like, for example, I went through all the work of creating this chest room, which actually wasn't that bad. It was something that made sense to do in a single episode. But then the thing is I haven't finished moving all the stuff over, which is something I really need to get done. But yeah, I'm gonna put a torch here. Let's just cover that up. Does that look okay here? Yeah, that looks fine. I don't know, I just feel like having more lighting in the trees right now for when I'm up here. Just kind of make it a bit brighter and cheerier. But yeah, I definitely like that that's like just at the edge of where the server lets you see. So, like, I can see my house from here. Sort of thing. But yeah, I'm liking how this place is coming along. I want to get more of the forest lit up and stuff like that. Also, Actually, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of the episode while I'm talking. I think we're going to get some of the stuff over here lit up. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like, I'm at a point where the series, where, like I was talking last episode, losing my drive for the series a lot. I feel like I'm at a turning point for the series where either, I really am going to lose all drive for it, and I'm probably going to have to move on and find something else, or I'm going to find something else I enjoy in Entanglement, like, moving more to a transition of smaller projects and stuff like that, and I'll find a new drive for Entanglement. I guess the big teller is gonna be here in, I don't know, like probably a week and a half or so, when getting on to record Entanglement, how I feel about it. But like, yeah, the one thing that's always kind of made me nervous about Entanglement, not really when we started, but like, for example, we had that long stretch where we didn't do any challenges at all, which, speaking of that, I actually need to get Riptide and Nightmare together to do a challenge again at some point. But yeah, I feel like one of the things is when we go a long time without having any interaction with each other, it makes it feel like it could pretty much just be a solo survival series and nobody would tell the difference. Because, like, adding the borders is really cool, I think, especially for, like, limiting you on where you want to live. And, like, me and Riptide actually talked about this, that, like, if we do end up doing something like this again in the future, that the borders would definitely be smaller. Like, yeah, more where, like, over there, where that is, would be the edge of my world. Because rather than, that only being, like, a third of the way in. Because part of the thing is I, like, haven't branched beyond over there in the swamp and over there in the plains. Well, I have the bamboo thing. But, yeah, for the most part, that's as far as I branched out. I set up my base here in the forest. I feel like it would, like, if the border put me, like, the border was closer, like, here, and, like, somewhere along here this way, it would cause a lot more restrictions and actually make it feel a bit more special. We definitely made the borders too long, which, live and learn. But yeah, I definitely think this place has come along quite nicely. I have a lot of pretty cool builds in this. We got the flower from Riptide. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. I don't know what else to say besides thank you all so much for watching. Also, actually, real quick here, I think we're coming up on episode 25. Let me actually check that real quick. Yeah, we're coming up on episode 25. So I want to know from you guys whether I should do a world tour for episode 25. If I don't get any responses, I probably will, just because it's the sort of thing where, going into the future, it'll be a good spot to look back on in reference of all this stuff. And, I'll go check out Riptide and Nightmare's bases and stuff for it too. And based off of the way that the series works, I probably, yeah. And anyway, I'm gonna, that's, I was gonna say I'll probably not cut the travel time between, but I probably will, just because there's not really much point to it unless I'm talking. But yeah, even then. But yeah, so here in a couple episodes, I'm probably gonna do a world tour, unless people are like, I don't really know if we need a world tour. Then I probably won't. But yeah, let me know for sure if you guys want a world tour or not. But I think it could definitely be cool to get caught up on everything going around the world, and just kind of get a feel for where Riptide, Nightmare, and me are all at. And we're all at vastly different episode numbers at this point, because I've missed a lot of uploads. So Riptide's ahead of me. I think Nightmare's behind us because he doesn't run off of the schedule. So it's, it's not too surprising that he's a little behind us in terms of well, I'm pretty far behind Riptide. Riptide's been grinding away as per usual. But Yeah. Good job by him keeping up with it. Anyway, guys, enough rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. That is so weird.